Hello and welcome back to the second David67 Celtic News YouTube video of the day. This one exclusively about the Celtic women's side, the Celtic Girls, who had a convincing 3-1 win over Hearts away from home at the Orion Park in Edinburgh. Always a difficult pitch to go to for Celtic, as it's rather a tight ground and a tight pitch. However, Celtic got off to a great start. Were pretty much on top for the whole first half. Didn't really look in any real danger for the full first half, and got a good quick goal to settle all the nerves in the 17th minute from Tash Flint. Wee bit of a defensive mix-up after a throw-in from Hearts on their right. Tash Flint, a wonderful spinning turn, created some space for herself around 10 yards out and smashed the ball into the bottom right hand corner past Rachel Johnston, used to be a Celtic goalkeeper up until earlier this season. Got Celtic off to a good start. Then Celtic doubled their lead with a goal from Amy Gallagher in the 31st minute. Cross in from a corner by Shane Menglu, partly cleared by Hearts. The ball ricocheted off a Hearts defender to Amy Gallagher, who then had a very clever outside of the right foot curling shot into the bottom corner, giving Rachel Johnston no chance at all. And then Celtic added to their lead in the 34th minute. Ball over the top from Natalie Ross after a 1-2 with Chloe Craig. Natalie Ross hit the ball over the top, just within the reach of Tash Flint, who managed to squeeze past the Hearts defender and lob the ball over Rachel Johnston's head, who had come out a wee bit too far to try and retrieve the long ball, and the ball lobbed in to the bottom left-hand corner, and Murphy Agnew shepherded the ball into the net to make sure that Tash Flint's lob shot went into the goal. Celtic did, during the game, have a couple of players who looked like they might well have picked up injuries. Amy Gallagher went off a wee bit early to be replaced by Lisa Robertson. Colette Kavanagh also was injured, but she managed to carry on. Natalie Ross, early in the match, also suffered an injury. She tried to play on, but in the end, Colette Kavanagh had to come on and replace her. Didn't look like the injuries to Amy Gallagher or Natalie Ross were particularly bad. Looked like probably more soft tissue bruising type of injuries, probably the muscles stiffening up afterwards. I think they were both taken off as a precaution. Also, was great to see Kit Lefersky back playing for Celtic. She looked a wee bit rusty and in needing some game time, but having Kit Lefersky on the bench at the weekend against Hibs in the final game of the season would allow us to have that change of pace and an attacking threat if it was required late in the game. Elena Sadiku also used the game to rest Chloe Craig for the latter part of the game, and it did look like Celtic weren't so quite well organised in defence once Sydney Cummings came on to replace Chloe Craig late in the game. And just with a few minutes to go, Hearts did get a goal back from a corner on our left, crossed into the far post, and it looked like Sydney Cummings and Caitlin Hayes and Kelly Clark all got a wee bit jumbled up as to who was marking who was marking which player, which zone, and the ball kind of fell between Caitlin Hayes and Sydney Cummings, and Waldy of Hearts pulled 1 goal back. Didn't look like Celtic were ever really in danger of losing this match once they got a couple of goals up, but Hearts certainly tried their absolute hardest and do look like a very talented team and could well give Rangers women's side quite a challenge in the Women's Cup final after the women's season finishes. So now going to pop in the goal highlights of the Celtic 3-1 win against Hearts last evening. After we've done the highlights, we'll have a wee quick chat regarding where that 3-1 win leaves Celtic in terms of winning the title. A wee update on how Rangers did at the same time across Edinburgh against Hibs, and what the scenarios are for the game on Sunday when the Celtic take on Hibs at Celtic Park. Again, I'm lucky enough to have bought a couple of tickets for, and so hopefully should see Celtic's women's side winning the title against Hibs. And if they do achieve that on Sunday afternoon, it'll be the first team that a men's team and a women's team from the same club have won their national leagues in the same season. So it'll be quite a feat for the Boys and the Ghirls to achieve National League titles in the same season. So enjoy those highlights, and then we'll finish off with a wee few minutes chat regarding where it leaves Celtic and what the scenario is on Sunday. So, hopefully enjoyed those highlights. Thought all three goals that were scored by Celtic yesterday evening were good goals. Was a wee bit disappointing that they did lose their clean sheet with a bit of poor defending late on. Did look like they did maybe get a wee bit frantic and rushed at the end. I think it was probably more due to the number of changes to the midfield, attack and defence. And looked a wee bit disjointed. A few times just kind of cleared the ball out their defensive zone a wee bit aimlessly. It did look like they kind of switched off a wee bit to let Hearts back into the game at 3-1. But in the end, it was a convincing and good win for Celtic against a very strong Hearts women's side. Now, at the same time, Rangers were playing across Edinburgh at Meadowbank against Hibs. They got to 3-0 up and looked very comfortable late in the game, and then Hibs pulled one back due to a wee bit of a defensive mix-up and goalkeeping mix-up, and then added a second goal late in the game, but Hibs were unable to score a third goal, which would have given Celtic a good bonus of Rangers drawing a game they really should have won. So in the end, Rangers women's side won their game 3-2. So with Celtic winning their game 3-1, Celtic's goal difference advantage over Rangers increased by 1. Celtic and Rangers women's sides are thus equal on points going into the last game of the season. Rangers will be playing Partick Thistle, a team which they have drawn with early in the season and have on a couple of occasions had a wee bit of a tough struggle to beat. Celtic's last match will be against Hibs again, a team that we've beaten each time, but the most recent time was a very tight 1-0 win at the Excelsior. However, I think the greater open spaces of Celtic Park and the fact that Celtic have so much to play for will ensure that we win that game. Now, as I said, Celtic women's side and Rangers women's side are level going into the last game of the season. However, Celtic's goal difference is 16 better than Rangers. Thus, if Celtic do win the game, even just 1-0, it would require Rangers to win by 17 goals against Partick Thistle to steal the title from us. Rangers are not as such a free scoring team as Celtic, which is why we are plus 107 in goal difference. And both teams have conceded 18 goals over the season, and so it is obviously Celtic's greater firepower up front that has given us the advantage, and in particular it's given us the advantage in this post-split series of games where Celtic, if they win on Sunday against Hibs, will have gone through undefeated, which is quite a feat given the fact they've played Hibs and Glasgow City 2 times each over that time. So, as I said, I'm going to see the game on Sunday. The game will be live on TV and iPlayer in Scotland, and iPlayer in for all those who've got access to the iPlayer. And I'm really looking forward to a nice day at Celtic Park, and hopefully Celtic getting a couple of early goals and dispelling any of the nerves and tension, and then a nice celebration on the pitch for the second day in a row. Celtic's men's side, of course, have their title celebration after the St Mirren match on Saturday. So that just about finishes off today's video. I'll do a wee preview video of the Celtic women's match over the weekend in time for the game live on TV and live for those who've got tickets at Celtic Park on Sunday afternoon. And so for those new to the channel who've enjoyed some coverage of the women's side, please do click that subscribe button get more people able to see the Celtic women's side around the world. Click that like button. Also encourages YouTube to send this video to more people to have a look at. And do feel free to pop your comments regarding the Celtic girls, Celtic women's side into the comment section, and we can have a nice wee chat, debate amongst like-minded Celtic women's side fans. So until the weekend video, goodbye. Good luck, Celtic girls, on Sunday, and hail, hail.